Dream, what the fuck is poppin'? Welcome to Music Mondays, episode 48. Um, as you can tell, if you're here live or you're watching at a later date, um, it's not Monday, it's Tuesday. But we'll get into all the specifics of today's episode in a bit. Welcome. I hope you're well. I hope everybody's Gucci. I hope you all had a good week. The holidays are here, man. The holidays have been here, but the holidays are just getting closer and closer. New Year's, Christmas, everything else, literally. So, welcome. Episode 47 is live on YouTube as well. So if you haven't seen that, make sure you go check it out. More reviews in there. We had some pretty good discussions about pretty much everything. You guys know the drill. But I'm gonna get into details about 2022 kind of stuff and what next year is looking like for all of us. And yeah, man, we're gonna have a nice chill show, and we have reviews. Got some shit to plan. Yo, Rubes, what's good, homie? Hope you're well. But yeah. So, like I said, episode 47 is live on the channel now. Usually, and pretty much ever since the start of Music Mondays, I've recorded every podcast episode live on Mondays. And I've only missed 2 Mondays since January. And I think one was in February, and then one was yesterday. And yesterday I woke up and I was just fucking exhausted. Like, sometimes you just have those fucking, like, sometimes you just gotta take a minute, dude. Especially people like me who, like, I'll sleep, like, 4 hours a night. And then just, like, do a bunch of shit for, like, 8-12 hours a day. And, eventually, if you keep doing shit like that, it'll just leave you exhausted. And, that's what yesterday, like, was for me. Was one of those times where I just feel fucking absolutely exhausted. And I would never want to like record a show like that, just because for one, like giving like a good, honest, decent review would require somebody to be coherent, and if you're exhausted, you can't really do that. And that would just make me fall in line with all the people that I said I wouldn't be like and don't want to be like. So that's why, you know, sometimes you gotta take a night, you know, relax, fucking chill the fuck out, catch up on some sleep, eat some food, and then get right back to the grind, man, you know? I very rarely have those days, but lately it's been like that. And I noticed ever since like the, what the fuck, what is it called? The time change. Ever since the time change, it was like I've just been exhausted and it's so annoying. But regardless, feeling a lot more refreshed now. We're chilling. And there was an extra day for submissions. So that's a good thing. And realistically, it's not that big of a deal that I'm recording on a Tuesday as opposed to a Monday. I just don't like to switch up schedule like that unless I have to. And that was just one of those cases where I had to. But that's that on that. But here we are, we're chilling. And it's the holidays. It's the motherfucking holidays. I woke up not too long ago. I think I fell asleep at like 3 in the afternoon or something like that. My sleep schedule has been fucking slaughtered. Like, absolutely slaughtered. Like, usually it'll be like the whole, you know, like fall asleep at like 6 a.m., wake up at like 6 p.m. kind of deal. But now it's just like, if you're falling asleep at like 2 in the afternoon, bro, oh, you are so fucked. And that's pretty much where I'm at. But I've gotten used to that like night schedule anyways, but I hate when it's that bad. So I have to like dial it back a little bit and try to fall asleep at like some like 10 a.m. type shit, you know? That way you can still wake up in some fucking daylight, bro. But, it's the fucking holidays. And, probably one of my favorite times of the year. I know a lot of people really enjoy the holidays as well. No matter what you celebrate or yada yada yada. All that aside, I think the holiday vibes are really dope. And, pretty much the meaning of a lot of the holidays. And not like the historical meaning, but like the, you know, like, it's always a time to come together with like family and friends. And I think that's always the bigger meaning than all that other bullshit. So that's why I always like the holidays, especially now, you know? Like, because as a kid, I used to love the holidays, you know what I mean? Like, Halloween, Christmas, and my birthday was like around the same time because my birthday's in November. So a lot of that stuff was really enjoyable growing up. And then, as you get older, you're like, eh, and then you just gotta find new meaning in it. And that's pretty much like the new meaning for me, you know, is just spend time with the family and friends and be grateful for shit and just chill out. So I like the holidays now, man, you know, and like living on the East Coast, like we usually do have snow, but just weather's all fucked up everywhere, so no snow on Christmas, but still feeling a little Christmas vibe for sure. That I will say. So yeah, that's that on that. Holidays are here. We're live, we're chilling. I was thinking about it too. This is like our first Christmas edition of Music Mondays, because like obviously I won't be live till post Christmas. I think our next show would be the 28th. So yeah, it'll be post Christmas by the time I'm live. So yeah, this is our pre Christmas show, which I think is kind of cool, and it's our first one. So I think that shit's fire. This will be a yearly thing, for sure. But as far as the holidays go, and being an artist and making music and all these sorts of ideas, right? This is something that came to my head earlier. Was just it can be a pretty stressful time for a lot of people around the holidays for multiple reasons. But I'm gonna talk about strictly creatives and people who have a job in a creative field in it's like almost this end of the year revamp kind of feeling, right? Where you're like rushing to get everything done for the end of the year. And I think that's like, it's like a good thing and a bad thing. And it's gonna lead me into my next topic about what we're gonna do for next year for Music Mondays. But I just had to mention that regardless of how stressful it can be, you just gotta continue your planning now and just take action now rather than wait to execute your plan for next year. You know, you don't have to wait till next year to like start your plan for next year. You know, like getting a head start in December is really good. And time is just like such a bullshit concept. So I think if you use it to your advantage, I think you can get really far in pretty much no matter what you're doing, because you'll just be more aware, you know. And I think that's just important. So point is, make sure you're taking care of yourself during the holidays. Check up on the homies, don't work too hard, and plan out next year. Next year should be decent for sure. Next year's gonna be decent for a lot of things, but 2021 was not that good for me. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but it was definitely up there in like the not that good of years for me. So I'm ready to start fucking putting my plan out and just get shit moving, to be honest. I got shit to do. Music Mondays has shit to do. But yeah, this will be more of like a chill show. Not too scheduled, not too structured. We'll get into reviews here in a minute. But let's talk about Music Mondays in 2022. Well, before I go there, let's talk about what's happening before then. I have a really good friend that I'm talking to who's probably going to hop on the podcast, I believe, either Thursday or the Sunday after Christmas. So finally having our second guest episode, and there really is no reason for that. It's just like people's schedules, you know what I mean? Like there's really no other reason to not have guest episodes other than people's schedules working with mine, and mine's the most flexible ever, so it's really just on them being available. But I have a really good producer, artist, vocalist, one of the very first people I met in the underground by the name of Waterfalls. He is looking to come on the show Thursday, hopefully. So we should be able to chop it up in like a couple hour podcast and just have a really good show and talk about a lot of the bullshit, because we started pretty much around the same time in the underground. Water was one of the first people that I met. So we should be have a decent show. Should be able to. But that's one thing I'm looking forward to, because I really wanted to get at least like one more good show in that wasn't like a basic episode, you know? Like I wanted to have at least one more good show, and I think that's gonna happen. And I just hit up another one of my homies who was previously on the podcast. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Archbishop Eddie. Me and him chopped it up for like 2.5 hours about fucking everything and anything. And there's a lot of good underground politics and history in there. So if you haven't seen that one, definitely go check it out. But yeah, man. 2022. Music Mondays is looking to really just double down on everything, and I think the more content the better. I'm not really looking to do any new ideas and bring you anything innovative quite just yet, because as we get our feet wet, I just want to give you guys a solid content menu, you know what I mean? Like I want to be consistent with a lot of these things, and not just one article a week, 2 articles a week, 3 articles a week, and then like once we have a steady content wheel, I feel like that's gonna be the point where I'm gonna be like, okay, well now we can get a bunch of new shit done and really start branching out to like other ideas, you know? But all that shit's really important, and Music Mondays is gonna have a really good January. I'm not gonna leak too much details or talk about as many as ideas as I have, because nothing's set in stone, right? And you don't want to go fucking talking about bullshit and just have it not happen. So just know that by myself, everything's gonna be really good, but with a team, everything will be even easier on me. And not even just on me, it's just for the betterment of the brand, you know, and the platform. So that leads me to my weekly conversation of we are recruiting for Music Mondays. If you're looking for a place to publish your articles, if you're looking to interview independent creatives, underground creatives, if you're a playlist curator and wants to help me curate a SoundCloud Sunday playlist every week, if you are somebody who is really just looking to become part of the Music Mondays family, and if you have something to showcase, come join us, because there's really no restrictions on what we're looking for. It just depends on what you have to offer, to be honest. But the first things first that we're really looking for is writers. Absolutely writers. Because as a published writer myself, You guys know the drill. I've written over 100 articles, interviewed artists from all over the world, and it did a lot for me. And Music Mondays is eventually going to become that same type of platform where, while we put on for a bunch of unknown artists, people still have the ability to publish whatever they want. And then eventually Music Mondays is gonna be not just music, as you guys already know, because that's not all we talk about here. We talk about a lot of shit, and we've reviewed a lot of shit, but even more so later on, as far as gaming stuff. Our YouTube channel is going to be live by next year, the whole drill. And to touch on the YouTube thing, I haven't really known when to pull the trigger on that yet, because Music Mondays, like the podcast itself being uploaded on my channel, is a good thing, just because making everybody split up traffic for older episodes and newer episodes would just be a little bit weird to work around. But I think I have a few ways to work around it. And when Music Mondays eventually has its own YouTube channel, that's going to be the place to host music videos, host singles. We're going to do all types of other shit over on that channel. So definitely, that's just extremely high on my list, for sure, without a doubt. And even written articles for myself. There's a few artists that I'd really like to talk to personally and just get a few written pieces out there. That's a really big goal to start off next year, like really hot. And then just improve the website as well. Like, the website isn't bad by any means, especially being built from the ground up. Realistically, just keep improving, man. Like, I'm not trying to stay stagnant with Music Mondays whatsoever. And the only way to not do that is to make sure we're touching base with everybody, and we're putting out new content, and we're making sure that everybody is served what they're needed, you know? But SoundCloud Sundays has been doing really well. I've had to curate themselves, or them myself, like pretty much like every week, because we never nearly get as like many SoundCloud only submissions. We get a lot of other stuff, like through Spotify and music videos and shit like that. But for the SoundCloud playlist, it's pretty hard to find SoundCloud tracks consistently every week from artists, you know what I mean? Just because people who drop it, like, they just don't drop music anymore. It's crazy. Like, it's been something I've talked about in the past on Music Mondays, and it's just like, dude, like, it's crazy how hard it is to find music now. Sometimes. Other times, it's not, you know. Other times, it's relatively easy to find, but at the end of the day, like, it is what it is, and music's in like a weird space right now, you know. Music's in one of those places where there isn't a lot of new shit, and there isn't like a lot of great shit either. And I think that's what sucks. But it'll pass, you know. I feel like it'll pass. Just gonna log into my Spotify before we even or even touch submissions. So, I'd be lying if I wasn't like, I wouldn't say like worried about next year, but like I just gotta dive head first, because like not having a crew and like not being able to find dedicated people is such a bitch. And like if I have to truck through it all by myself and just put everything into Music Mondays, that's what I'm willing to do either way, like with or without a crew. But the fact that it is pretty hard to find people with as much passion as you, or that are as dedicated as you, is pretty crazy. But it is what it is. Music Mondays will continue. Music Mondays is gonna be the best underground platform, without a doubt. The only underground platform. And we're gonna cater to every creative, not just musicians, not just artists, not just digital artists, everybody. And first and foremost, just continue the show. I think continuing the show is a really, really big thing. The podcast is really just one of those things that it reminds me why I started this, and it's gonna be sick to look back on one day and just recognize all the episodes we did and all the people I talked to, and there's a lot of good shit in Music Mondays. So I suppose we'll talk more about it towards the end of the year next week, but Music Mondays is going to be really, really, really innovative, and I'm going to make sure of it. So regardless, let me go check out submissions and see how many we're dealing with this week. What are we rocking with? Yeah. Like, I never, ever fucking delayed the podcast. It was only one other time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's not bad. We got 5 submissions this week. Not too shabby at all. I was only expecting a couple. Let's get it. More the merrier. But yeah, man, I never missed episodes, so last night was much needed. Now, the Music Mondays YouTube channel, is in the works. But if you're looking to have any audio tracks hosted on SoundCloud, definitely send us an email or send us a DM, without a doubt. If you're looking to become a writer, if you're looking to become a playlist curator, or you're a talent scout, if you know who the hottest underground creatives or people you just fucking think deserve attention, if you knew who they are, definitely send us a DM, man. Come join the family, for sure. And, like, I feel like, I don't know. For those of you who are in an underground or creative space, you know that it's very rare to be able to make a lot of bread off of this shit if you're in it for bread. And as you guys know, I've never been in it for bread. Otherwise, I'd have a lot more than I do. So with that being said, This is a project. This is a growing seed, and every time you plant the seed is not the same fucking day you eat the fruit. Everybody knows that. So just a couple things to note. And it's really not too demanding anyways. Music Mondays is a place to publish your content. It's not really to do for us, you know? Like, it's not for me. It's not for anybody. It's for everybody. And it's gonna be one of the greatest archives of just underground creativity, man. And just be patient with me, for sure. And thank you for always supporting Music Mondays. Thank you for liking, subscribing, showing love on all of our tweets and posts and this and that. Thank you. Much appreciated. Because we made it through the year, man. Like, Music Mondays, shit. I did everything myself, dude. The branding, the posting, playlist, the like couple batches of employees that we had. Not even employees, just fucking people that wanted to join the crew and they just didn't pan out. It's been a wild ride, but I'm glad where we landed at the end of the year, and it's definitely on our feet. That's for sure. That's for sure. So, with all that being said, heading into 2022, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be real good. You might see a rebrand here, there, maybe with some new text, not like anything overbearing or anything like that. Maybe just like a new logo or something of that nature. But basically, we're gonna be staying the same, and just bringing you new and more content. So, let's get into these reviews. And you guys know the drill. And if you don't, we're gonna talk about it. Every week, for the show, we curate our submissions through Twitter. So, if you're an artist who is looking to get your content on Music Mondays, if you make music, if you paint, if you are an artist, if you're a digital artist, if you're a fashion designer, if you're any sort of underground creative, if you're somebody who wants opinion on branding, if you're somebody who wants opinion on anything, definitely come submit to us, and this is where you do it. And these are what the tweets look like. Usually there'd be a photo here, the podcast logo. You guys know what it looks like. But actually no, hold on. Right, this one. Right here. Usually it's posted with that, but I was just a space cadet and just completely forgot to post it. But anyways, every week these are what the tweets look like. Artists and creatives, submissions are open for live reviews on Music Mondays, live on 12/20/21, which was yesterday, but we're a day late, so doesn't matter. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, twitch.tv/ZombPlays, which is here. If you'd like to submit your music, artwork, fashion, or digital creations, drop your links to portfolios below. All art forms are welcome. So, every week, submissions get posted on Tuesday, which obviously today they didn't because the show's getting recorded today. So, tomorrow, if you're looking to get your art on next week's show, be on the lookout for that, 100%. We'll be live on the 28th again as well. And the 28th, I'll be able to have more like a solid layout for you guys on what 2022 is going to be looking like for Music Mondays, and definitely more so like myself too. There's just a lot of shit that I got to get done, and I need to get it all in order. So that's going to be fun. And next week will be our last show of 2021, which is fucking crazy. But like I said, we have about... Oh, and to join our Discord, and make sure you go peep the website and all that good stuff. And usually under all these tweets, there'll be links to those right there as well. Now, five submissions, and we actually have a couple I'm looking forward to, because there's a few returning artists here, and I think they're all returning artists actually, which is crazy. Actually, Maddie J. I don't think we've reviewed anything from Maddie J, have we? Rappo Samo? Maybe? I think we must have. X-Eyes. Maddie J. I don't know. I don't think we've reviewed Maddie here on the show before. Fuck with the cover heavy though. 3 months ago, 22 plays, stop at SoundCloud. Trap at the cut. Alright, Maddie JTX, let's get it. I'm pretty sure first time submitting artist. Not somebody I remember reviewing recently at least. But either way. X-Eyes by Maddie JTX. Let's go.
Yeah. This your boy Frappuccino, El Frappy. Pull up the backseat.
This is a certified hood classic.
I see you and shit. Double C's on like a crib. Keep this eagle on my hood. Please don't leave shit in my whip. Pressure on me, I keep cross-eyed. My magic sick. Let the skin, this hoe gon' drip. They gon' hate to see me dip. My little friend is playing dark souls. I ain't no trip. Teach these Benjis how to flip. I keep Denjis with my click. Need my money like a franchise. I'm trading pics. Spend some berries with my bitch. And then Jerry's on these wrists. In my room, wish I spent more time with you. One more year, I'll shine with you. Yeah, just got back from Malibu. Them hoes got no gratitude. Cheddar only gratitude. Run shit like Crash Bandicoot. Off this booth is radical. I'ma see what this black powder do. Yeah. Got some hoes on your shit. They keep it wild. Keep this rocket on my hip. Bang, 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 bang. Don't make a shot. Pressure on me, I keep cross-eyes. I'm with your bitch and we outside. We feelin' this shit. Like tell me once I ain't feelin' this shit. Tell me once I ain't feelin' this shit. All white team when I'm begging this shit. Sit black team when I'm begging this shit. Young Frap from the blow. Iceman with the pack on froze. Yo man tryna take my flow. No rest, gotta chase these goals. New bitch, let her pack my clothes. My crew finna take your soul. 2 C's on my kicks, let's go. Big B's in my bank like whoa. New whip from the past life. My goose never act right. Good dick make her act right. Hold it, I ain't tryna watch Twilight. Little bitch really wanna live the high life. Little bitch kinda cute, don't say shit. Young fat with the pack, I ain't playing bitch. Want an RX-7 on some play shit. Got greens in the back like Whole Foods. Might ball on a big show, cool. Big ballin', new seasons. Hold on, let me see. Big B's in this bitch, clicked up in this bitch. New gold ring, pulled up like a pimp. I swear to God, I ain't want this shit. I swear to God, I'm a wife that bitch. Go park and shit. Came through with the brick, new bands, new whip, low tan on the bitch. I can't decide if I want this shit. Got too hard, I'ma caught this shit. Got too hard, I'ma rock this shit. Got too hard, I'ma rock this shit. Need the money like a franchise. Pressure on me, I keep cross-eyes. My magic sick. Yes, it's big Frappuccino. You know, we sippin' on that Pellegrino. Hanging with mad Filipinos. We out here, baby. Big Frappin' 2021, still doing shit. Pull up on me, baby.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Damn, son. Yeah, fuck with that. 100%. We'll let it ride out. Okay, so as you guys know, usually with music reviews, I break it down in three categories. We usually talk about vocals, beat choice, and overall theme of the song, right? So here with this titled track Excise, by Manny J, we are gonna talk about the beat first. And the beat is something I really, really fuck with. I fuck with the beat choice heavily here. I think this is a sample from an anime, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't know. It's like right at the tip of my tongue. It sounds like a sample I've heard before, but I fuck with this beat choice a lot. Really, really solid beat choice here. Whoever produced this is a killer too. As far as the instrumental goes, everything sounds solid. Um, really chill sample. Um, just a layback smoke type of beat. Little bit of lo-fi vibes, little bit of like cloud vibes, little bit of everything mixed in there. But overall, it pretty much brings you a healthy dose of chill. So I fuck with the beat choice a lot here, for sure. Now, let's talk about vocals. The vocals were the only thing about this whole track actually that kind of threw me off. Just because I thought they were a little low. If you would have raised these vocals a little bit, maybe it would have been clashing with the beat. So maybe that's why they didn't do that, and they are low. Or maybe just the low vocals were the sound that they were going for, and they didn't give a fuck. But either way, just as a first time listener, right off rip, the vocals were a little low for my liking, but other than that, I like the flow here. I like the structure. Not really like a consistent hook, more for bar listeners, and he's just going and just really making this beat whatever he wants to make it. And I think that's what does these tracks really, really well. Is when people take a beat you could do almost anything with and just spit on it for like 3 minutes. I think that's really solid. I think that's really fucking solid. And Matty J went the fuck in, by the way, because a lot of these tracks you would hear and they'd only be like, 2 minutes. But this is almost a 4 minute track, so shout out Matty J for actually putting some time into this joint, for sure. So that was the only thing for me. Vocals a little low, but other than that, solid structure. Lyrics were solid. Really good bars in there, and a lot of the flows and cadences weren't repetitive either. I noticed it switched up halfway through. It switched up a lot of the time. So um, definitely some shit that you'd want to be doing if you're gonna be rapping on a beat like this. If you're gonna be spitting on a beat like that, you don't want to keep it, bland. And I think Manny did a really great job at bringing some variety to this beat for sure, as far as vocals go. So I fuck with that. Pretty well written, like I said. Yeah. The only thing I can really think of at the top of my head was just the low vocals. That's all. So that's something just to note for next time. Because I myself make a lot of beats that are loud as fuck, and a lot of artists have had clashing problems, so I know what that's like. So just something to note for next time, you know. But other than that, solid, really, really solid. So beat choice great, vocals great. Let's talk about theme here. Not really a two overall like here's this theme of this fucking song like kind of vibe here. Sort of like one of those. I think Maddie just wrote really, really well to this and didn't really have a theme in mind and just kind of wanted to write to something, and which is fine. Like that's what fucking music is for, and I think Maddie did a really great job at that. We get tracks like these all the time where there really isn't like an overall like overshadowing theme that you could really get from any of these. And usually those are the ones that are fucking fire, because sometimes people just like sit down and write to something and it ends up becoming pretty sick. And I think that's like the really great thing about music, man. It's like you don't really need anything. Like there's no structure, there's no theme, there's no rules and none of that. So I fuck with the cover. I fuck with the title. I fuck with the overall vibe for sure. So shout out Maddie. Pretty much everything was solid here. Other than the vocals. Vocals were great, even with them being slightly quiet. So shout out Matty J for the submission, man. Much love. Make sure you go show him some love. Follow him on SoundCloud. Follow him on Twitter. And I can't wait to hear more from you, man. Much love, homie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And per usual, every artist featured in today's episode and every episode will be featured in the description of the YouTube re-upload. Now, Salt and Pepper, Push It. Now, this might get us copyrighted or muted, so I might not play this just because it is a remix. And I can't risk having the whole hour show muted for like 10 minutes and then it becomes a problem to download and yada yada yada. So let's see if it is. Yeah, fuck. All right. We'll put that in SoundCloud Sundays if it's fire, Sasquatch. I appreciate that. Let's fucking let's continue on here. Now, noted during the live show, like if at any point in time we skip over your submission, it's probably because there's like an overbearing like DMCA sample that you probably haven't cleared, and we probably will never be able to clear, and we can't have our VODs muted because we don't even fucking make money off of the YouTube uploads as it is, because a lot of those tracks are already on Spotify and shit like that, so people have that what is it you tick on the distro playlist, the what the fuck is it called, the one that like tracks if your songs are like uploaded other places, and like it'll like grab ad revenue and shit, and almost every single of like the 47 episodes of Music Mondays that are on YouTube are ineligible for revenue because other people's tracks are featured on them, and that's crazy. So we're not trying to get our VODs muted, and that's what Twitch does on their end. They'll use their algorithm or whatever the fuck they use. It's like this shitty bot that literally, I'm not even gonna get started on the Twitch bot that mutes VODs, but basically if you play copyright music, your VOD has a chance to be muted, and it'll get corrupted sometimes, and it won't render correctly, and I've had problems where I've had to download videos and they haven't downloaded properly, or your VOD's just muted where the copyrighted audio is playing. So a lot of that shit sucks. But we'll check out this track for SoundCloud Sunday as well, because that playlist drops well, not the playlist, but submissions open tomorrow, so for sure probably gonna drop this one in there 100%. Now, returning artist Mac 2 times, an artist who's been submitting a lot, showing a lot of love, and we've been showing him love back. Extremely talented trap, R&B, hip-hop sort of vibe here. Single just dropped titled Whoa, Prod Red John. So we're gonna pop open on SoundCloud without further ado, and we're gonna fucking get right into this joint. Mac is a really talented artist, and one of those artists that like branches out a lot. Like Mac is a very he takes a lot of risks and just doesn't give a fuck about trying new shit, and I fuck with him for that, like a lot, for sure. So track titled Whoa, cover's actually really fire. I fuck with like the lo-fi Mickey vibes for sure. So the cover's fire. Track's titled Whoa, Prod Red John, Mac 2 times. Let's get into it.
Hold on, whoa, yeah. Run, I think you gun up, all my brothers gonna blow. Yeah, we got bullets in this Mac, we gon' let that shit go. Hold on. Alright. Oh, throw me up. Red John. Whoa, yeah,
that shit go. Let it go. I need to slow down, so I might pull up a foe. Try to text me on some baby, why shit you gonna fool? She sucking on my shit, is going deep down in the throat. Shorty ugly, dude, I know she gon' come back cause she want more. She be lying, saying that she left some shit up on my flow. Don't fuck none of these bitches, I don't think that shit gotta be noted. I just been a hood canvas, she just turned into a portrait. I'm way too fucking high, I think that these blunts got my ass dozing. I need that ice, I'm tryna be frozen. Tryna ball like I'm the Rosen. I know that I'm next cause I feel like I was chosen. Yeah, hit that nigga in his shit quick, take a peek, I got him posed. Don't ask me for no bread, I'm telling you I'm not showing. Never, you can't beat me if you try, ain't no fucking cloning. Yo bitch got a green like you ain't know that she be going. She like the way that I'm flowing. You acting tough full time, I know you trolling. Bitches be lying and I promise you I ain't never folded. Never, I never folded. Yeah, whoa, yeah, whoa, yeah, whoa, yeah, whoa. My ex hit me up, I do not care. She say like that shit ain't fair, go take that shit somewhere else. I get bread, I don't need help. You can't do shit without me, you stuck here like a seat. Shit, I'm sorry, I don't mean well. You got me fucked up, now I stuck. I ain't just no bitch, but I was the last one. A lot of you once, and I promise you done. Don't ask for my help, I ain't giving you none. Cause when I get mad, shit ain't gonna be fun. How much do I hate you? I think it's a ton. You been in my life, you already shunned. You taking on L's, you ain't never won. Ain't never won, you taking on L's. Taking on L's, you ain't never won. Yeah, you taking on L's. Whoa, 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 whoa. Run up, then get done up, all my brothers gonna blow. We got bullets in this Mac, you know we gon' let that shit go. I think I need to slow down, so I might pull up a foe. Try to text me on some penny, why shit you gonna flow? She sucking on my shit, is going deep down in the throat. Shorty ugly, dude, I know she gon' come back cause she want more. She be lying, saying that she left some shit up on my flow. Whoa, yeah, whoa, yeah, whoa, yeah, whoa, yeah.
Dude, those synths are fucking fire. Okay, so few things about this, but of course, per usual, let's break it down. Beat, vocals, overall theme of the track. So, beat choice here. Red John is not somebody I'm familiar with, but I am now, and they're fucking fire. Red John, this is an excellent, excellent beat. Mac, great beat choice as well. I fuck with this a lot. The synths are something that you notice right off rip. The synths are real sort of evil and demonic, but like a lot of the drums make it more bouncy. So I feel like there's a really good balance here as far as the beat goes. So excellent beat choice on my end for sure. I fuck with the beat choice. Let's talk about vocals, flows, cadence. Vocals are solid actually. The mix is really good on my end. Nothing's clashing. I like the way the vocals sit on this, 100%. Now, flows and cadence. Definitely interesting. Like, there's a lot of interesting vibes here because the song starts off a little slow, and you would like, if you're one of those people who like doesn't give songs a chance, right, and just like plays like fucking 15 seconds of a song, you would think, oh yeah, this isn't gonna be that good. But Mac turns up about like 50 seconds in. There's just a whoa kind of hook. It's just more so like a turn up kind of hook. Like you just kind of like headbang to it. You just kind of like, you know, it's whoa, whoa, that kind of shit, bro. Like you hear those kind of hooks all the time, especially on beats with these kind of like flows. So I didn't mind it at all because as long as you turn up like right after like the like kind of chill hook, then I think it makes up for it 100%. So with that being said, a relatively chill start. Just kind of like one of those turn up songs that you could just bump around a city. Not like too party-ish, but definitely more so of a turn up song for sure. This is one of the first things that came to my mind. But I like the flow switches in here. I almost felt like at times Mac couldn't keep up with the beat, or maybe it was just the way the vocals were sitting on certain parts of the track. But for the most part, I like the switch ups. There's a lot of switch ups in here. There's a lot of going left and I'm going right and I'm going left and I'm going right. Like there's a lot of good cadences and a lot of good flows in here. I think Mac finds a way to fit a lot of his styles in here, right? Because I've always said that Mac is one of those people that isn't afraid to branch out ever since his first submission. You could just tell because all of his submissions have been greatly different. So I fuck with that. I fuck with that a lot. Mac's one of those people that takes chances for sure. So as far as flows and cadence goes, like I said, at times it felt like the beat was going a little bit, like, is the beat rapping or are you rapping on the beat, So that kind of vibe. And not throughout the whole song or anything like that, but definitely one of those harder beats to keep up with. And I don't blame Mac for that at all. And one thing I can tip and always will tip about Mac is he always tries to branch out and always tries to do new shit and always is doing new flows and just like you always have something new with Mac. So I can always look forward to that, and I think everybody else should too. If you fuck with Mac shit, always give his shit a chance because you never know what you're gonna get. But overall theme vibe of the song, like I said, turn up party song, not too hard, not a party anthem, but you could see where this would get a party sort of rocking for sure. So I fuck with it a lot. So with that being said, thank you, Mac, for the submission. Everybody go check out Whoa. Follow him on Twitter, Instagram, SoundCloud, the whole drill. Show Mac some love. Thank you for the submission, homie. And as far as everybody else featured on today's show and every show, they'll be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload, or you can just come on the show and come find them. Now, two more returning artists. Two classic returning artists, if I do say so myself. Now we have Ghost Candy. He submitted a single titled Gemini's. And if you don't know Ghost Candy is somebody who makes sure that they submit their newest tracks every week, dude. Ghost Candy's a really, really loyal artist. Shows us a lot of love, so we got to make sure we show him some love. Make sure we play every single of his submissions, man, because he's just one of those artists that has this, first off, a good work ethic, for one. This motherfucker is always dropping. And for two, the style, the underground style, and the uniqueness of Ghost Candy, probably is one of the rarest things about him. So he submitted a track titled Gemini's. I believe this is off of his latest album. I believe so. But this is another sample track. Might have to redo the vocals. Listening back, they sound like shit. Another quick cut project soon, maybe. Okay, no, so it wasn't off the project. I actually put this on SoundCloud Sunday, I believe. I think that's what I'm really recognizing this from. But either way, Ghost Candy, Gemini's, 8 days ago. Let's get it.
Ayo, Ghost.
Flowing on star like Gemini's. How can you see without your eyes? Choosing my life with a dice. Hard to see past all your lies. You were just looking for a prize while I was looking to the skies. So many gone and cut ties. Now I'm just looking for the highs. 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 Bitch, you know I am chosen. You got a heart so frozen. And fuck it, I know that you know it. And fuck it, I know that you know it. You wonder why I am so close then. Maybe cause you left me broken. Drowning in water soaking. Nothing that keeping me floating. nothing that keeping me floating. This water so deep, I don't know where it pulling. Straight and deep into the ocean. I'm getting sick of this motion. I build me a raft so I keep my head above all of this shit in these waves. Keep me away from these names. I ain't ready to say my grace. And bitch, yeah, I'm on pace. Sting you like some mace. Aiming for your face. That's a closed case. Fuck them drugs they laced. Tell by the way that they taste. You just a copy and paste. All of the names are fakes. Nah, I ain't falling for that. I ain't falling for that. I ain't falling like that. I ain't falling like that. Flowing outside like Geminis. How can you see without your eyes? Choosing my life with the dice. Hard to see past all your lies. You were just looking for a prize. While I was looking to the skies. So many gone and cut ties. Now I'm just looking for the highs. 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 Now I'm just looking for the highs.
Solid, man. Really fucking solid. I'm curious on this sample. Let's just copy and paste it and throw it into Google. Ah, okay. Okay. Wow. Okay, bet. Interesting. So, one thing I neglected to mention about Ghost Candy was the ability to produce and also throw vocals on his own productions, man. And if you haven't heard me talk about that, go watch last week's episode or the week before's. I touched on that pretty well. And I think that's just one underrated talent still these days, especially to do it well. So to be able to produce your own track and lay down vocals that are solid, really an underrated talent. So with that being said, Beat Choice production here, really, really solid. Ghost Candy's a really talented producer. I fuck with this sample a lot here. That's why I was curious on where it came from. But the sample's extremely, extremely fire. Production wise is great. Like you can even see the structure in the waveform. With a lot of that shit, I'm a real big fan of. Like this is a really well structured beat. Doesn't get boring, doesn't get repetitive. Overall, a really, really great instrumental. This could have been an instrumental alone if he wanted it to be. Now, with that being said, let's talk about vocals, lyrics, flows, cadence. Everything's really solid here as well. I noticed that he said, I might have to redo the vocals. Listening back, they sound like shit. I don't think they sound like shit. I think that they just needed just a little bit better a mix on the, not the main vocals, not the main lyrics, not the main bars, just the, I think it's like the ad-libs in the back where it has like that filter on it. It sounds like a voicemail filter almost. There's a filter on one of those that you could just switch up and it'd be fine, but either way, I still like the vibe of this. I don't think you should switch it. I think it's a really, really solid mix. Strictly talking mixing here, definitely not the worst I've heard, and I fuck with it a lot. I like the fact that Ghost kept it pretty raw too. Like there isn't a lot of filters on these. Like I think one of the only filters, like other than some basic shit, is that radio kind of vibe he had going on there. So regardless, with that being said, this wasn't an easy beat to lay down vocals on. Once again, I can imagine it's probably not that easy, especially sometimes on your own beats, you know? So in that department, I think Ghost did really well. solid production, really, really solid vocals. And definitely a more structured track, but definitely not a bland track either. Speaking vocally, like I think the hook and the verses go really well together, for sure. They blend nice, and with the beat mixed in and how he structured everything, it made for a really chill, solid track. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I'm honestly, now that I think about it, I'm a really big fan of the hook. Like, I feel like this is one of those songs that you could like listen to like a couple times afterwards, and then it'd be stuck in your head, and then you'd be like, dude, I fucking love that song. This is definitely one of those tracks. Let's talk about theme, overall vibe of the track. Gemini's is one of those things where I'm sure this song has a lot deeper meaning to Ghost than it does anybody else, and I've always been a huge fan of those tracks. So shout out Ghost for just consistently putting out really good, interesting, well put together music, man. And it's not perfect. He doesn't think it's perfect, and I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm just saying this is a really, really unique underground artist with fucking talent, and produces his own tracks. I'm sure records himself, does his own vocals, and puts it out himself. That's solid. That's the shit I do. So I know how fucking hard it is. Okay? So, shout out Ghost Candy for this submission. I fuck with Gemini's a lot. Keep doing your thing, homie. Everybody go show Ghost some love. Follow him on Twitter, Instagram, follow him on SoundCloud. The whole nine. Much love, homie. Thank you. Now, per usual, every artist featured in today's show and every show will be linked in the description of the YouTube re-upload, or you can come over here on twitch.tv/SoundPlays and come check them out. Now, last but definitely most certainly not least, we have a returning artist. Excuse me. By the name of Shantae Vatrice. And I don't think we've reviewed anything from Shantae since spring, maybe early summer. It's been a while. It's been a while since she's submitted a track to us, and she is probably one of the most talented women artists we've ever encountered here on Music Mondays. Bar none, for sure. Has one of the greatest styles. Vocally talented. Her lyrics and flows are literally some of the best I've heard for an independent artist, for sure. And don't get me wrong, Shantae gets a lot of love, like a lot of love. But she's still independent, and she's still showing love to Music Monday. So we're gonna go show her love and give our thoughts on her new track, Remember. Now we pop over to Spotify. Brand new track, Remember. It looks like the fucking cover is insane too. The cover is really, really, really great. 2 minutes 32 seconds. Remember by Shantae Vatrice.
Remember when you said forever, and now you're cold like the middle of December. I remember when you said forever, and now you're cold like the middle of December. I will love you till the day you die, yeah. But you had other plans with all them lies, yeah. Why you gotta do me like that? Why can't we just go back? Switch lanes, don't we all off track? Yeah. Shots fired, man down. I'm crawling out the dirt now. Yeah, like a rose that grew from the concrete. You tried to break me. I'm too hard, you can't play me. No, you can't play me. You can't play me. Remember when you said forever, and now you're cold like the middle of December. I remember when you said forever, and now you're cold like the middle of December. Somebody forgive me for all your sins. I let what you did to me. Life is a bitch. Lock and key on that ass, never again. Can't breathe at the bottom, so I'll play to win. Yeah. Nice call, hello. Yeah. All the white on the table. Yeah. Kidnap up your soul. On my knees, but I pray though. Play me. You gonna play me? Play me. Lego. I remember when you said forever, and now you're cold like the mid-December. I remember when you said forever, and now you're cold like the mid-December.
Wow. Holy shit. All right, listen. So any track that Shantae has ever submitted to Music Mondays has always been super unique. I've heard the pop vibes, I've heard the very good New York hip hop vibes, I've heard a few different things, but this is the farthest I've ever heard her branch out, and I think this is probably the most personal favorite of mine, because I heard the guitars kick on and I was like, holy shit, what the fuck do we have here? And this is insanely unique. I am actually shook. This is such a well put together track. Like, her voice and her mix on this is insane. So before I get ahead of myself, let's break it down. Let's talk about beat, vocals, and overall theme here of the track. So production here is fucking A1. This is such a good beat. Whoever picked this beat, I assume Shantae did. I don't know if she had help or she just was inspired. You know what I mean? Because this is like I've never heard an alternative type beat from her yet, and I would love to know what the story is behind it, because this is it's such a great choice, don't get me wrong, but it's so different, and I was like, let's go. Like, this is wow. So 10 out of 10 beat choice from me. Really solid. Just really good 2021 alternative rock vibes with good hip hop elements, and that's some of my favorite shit in music, no matter what time period. So it's an A+ for me as far as the beat goes. Now, vocals and lyrics. One thing I noticed with like the flows and the vocals is she didn't try to go full rock artist and like try to like be like a rock star and like, you know, just do the whole like complete genre switch. Like, not at all. Like, I think she mixed herself in there. Like, there's still her like ad libs, there's still like her little like pop sort of like upbeat vibe in her vocals. There's still a lot of Shantae in this song, but it's still different enough to where like she did something way out of the box. And for that alone, I just gotta tip it. Like, I gotta tip that. Like, that's so fucking sick. And this is the farthest I've ever seen her branch out personally, especially anything she's submitted to Music Mondays. Absolutely the farthest I've ever seen her branch out. So, vocals, cadence, flows, excellent. Mix was solid. Nothing was clashing. Everything on this beat mixed with the vocals was excellent. Usually that can be one problem for a lot of these tracks with heavy guitars on them. They can be a bitch to mix, and I'm glad this came out well. This came out really solid. Because sometimes you hear them and they sound like shit, you know? And this is not one of those cases. It sounds really good. Now, the writing is excellent. Excellent. She didn't try to go full like rap star and like put a bunch of bars in here. She did her homework. She did her fucking homework. I think she should be proud of herself for this. Because I know what her other library sounds like, and this is probably one of like the first times she's done shit like this. And at least I've heard it, to my knowledge, because I could be talking out of my ass, and she very well could have experience doing this. But as far as my knowledge goes, this is just like out of this world. I really like this a lot. I think she did an amazing job. Really well written. Didn't try to go full rap star, like I said. Kept it clean. Kept it fucking solid. And I think for these kind of tracks to get like your message across, I feel like that's what you have to do. And that leads me into the next thing we're going to talk about, which is overall theme. And Remember is exactly what it is. It's definitely a more emotional track. Definitely one of those songs I bet she just had to get off her chest. And one of those, maybe one of those tracks she just had inspiration for. And she was just like, you know what? I'm going to make something fucking fire and emotional. And like, I feel like one of the best ways to capture emotion in music is through alternative sounds and hip hop elements. I really, really believe that. So you're talking guitars with like really good hip hop elements, and even some of the heavier guitars like you hear in this kind of track, really, really fucking solid and gets the message across. Definitely a track about a relationship, a theme, just getting through, going, you know, your breakup track, but not really a breakup track. As you guys just heard, it's more of a message, and I think that's really solid for sure. So from me, this is a 10 out of 10. Everything is well represented. I think Shantae got her point across. Cover solid. Everything musically, vocally, production, mixing, solid. Fucking theme, solid. Like, bravo. Bravo. What a great return to Music Mondays. Shout out Shantae Patrice. Thank you for the submission. Keep doing your thing. I'm rooting for you. Much love. Now, per usual, every artist linked in today's show and every show will also be available in the YouTube uploads. You just find them in the description. You guys know the drill. We'll go back to our lo-fi, get some chill vibes going on here. Per usual, submissions will be dropping tomorrow. So if you're trying to get on the show next week, if you're trying to have your shit played, if you're trying to come rock with us, be on the lookout for tweets that look like this. Okay? Artists and creatives, submission live for Open Music Mondays, yada, yada, yada. You guys know it. So, make sure you look for this. Make sure you follow us on all socials. All Music Mondays on Twitter, All Music Mondays, pretty much everywhere. So, make sure you go follow us. Now, some closing statements. We'll just chill for a bit. Because we're already at an hour and 14. That was a lot of really solid submissions. That was a lot of really good talks, man. I'm excited for next year. Not gonna lie to you. 2022 is gonna be really good, and I'm just gonna try to really put my all into everything for Music Mondays. Because Music Mondays needs the love, and I'm gonna make sure that everybody else gets the love that they deserve as well. So, look, as long as you stay true to yourself, you can do whatever the fuck you want in this world. And that's one thing I've never not done, is stay true to myself. And that's just what I'm going to keep doing. And that's how I ever got anything done in the underground, was being true to myself and wanting to help artists and doing things for artists and putting artists on and just really showing them love. And they were showing me love, and it was great. You know, like, I want that healthy environment back. And like, I don't want even anything else back. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, but to ask for a healthy underground environment, I think that's one thing we all want and need. And that's what Music Mondays is going to strive to do. Everybody's welcome. And if you're trying to join the Music Mondays team, if you want to become a part of the team, if you feel like you're changing the underground, you have something to offer. If you're a writer, playlist curator, talent scout, you know who all the most poppin' underground artists are. Come submit a portfolio, come send us a DM at All Music Mondays. And go visit musicmondays.com. I'm gonna have a shitload of content for you guys this week. SoundCloud Sundays, and the podcast submissions will be live tomorrow. So double playlist submissions tomorrow. So if you're looking to submit for the podcast next week, or SoundCloud Sunday, which drops Sunday, make sure you follow us on all socials. For those of you that celebrate the holidays, celebrating Christmas, New Year's, I'll see you guys on the 28th, but make sure you all have a safe, happy, and healthy holiday. This episode will be live on Christmas, so I think that's really cool. just make sure you spend some time with your homies, your family, anybody you care about, man. Call somebody, do whatever you gotta do. Go chillax for this week, man. Shout out anybody who shows love to Music Mondays. We'll be tuning into our last show of the year next week, next Monday, the 27th. So, with that being said, and with that said, thank you to anybody who tuned in, shown love, and continues to show love to Music Mondays. Go follow us on all socials at All Music Mondays. Go visit our website at allmusicmondays.com. Or you can join our Discord and join in the conversation about every and all type of art. Okay? Alrighty. Have a safe, happy, and healthy motherfucking holiday. I'm going to start my regular stream in about 10 minutes. This episode will be live on YouTube on Saturday. And I'll see you guys in a couple minutes. And if not, I'll see you guys next week for episode 49 of Music Mondays. Been your boy Zomb Slays. Be safe. And thank you.